Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about Kleki. Now Kleki, I love this online free tool, okay? But there are some things about it that are kind of a little frustrating. Like one, it doesn't save, okay? So be very careful. If you are going to click out of this, it will not save. So each time that you come in, you're going to have to hit the download button, all right? So that's that. That's the first thing. Now, before we go over what you're going to be doing today, is you're actually going to be doing is colorizing a drawing that you have created, okay? This is not the opportunity for us to just draw straight onto the screen and then color that. That's another time. This is, I want us to enhance a drawing that we've already done, okay? Now, before we get into that, I want to kind of go over a couple of the tools that are here for you. All right. Now, let's kind of go through the top tools and then I'll kind of break down further. So, the top tool is the first one that we're looking at. Actually, it's probably going to come into there is the brush. So, the brush, if we click that little arrow, has other applications that we can use to put onto our actual screen. So, the brush. We have brush, we have fill, we have text, we have shapes, okay? We also have the hand. The hand moves things around, which is very cool, very helpful if you're trying to, like you zoom in, okay? And you're like, I need to move around, all right? So that's that. I'm going to zoom it on out so we can see the entire thing, okay? Undo, redo. Oh, you guys saw the picture I had before. Okay, so let's go back to the brush. So the brush under here, is we have all these different options, all right? So in here, we have an actual one that's it's circular, okay? Under, it's going to tell you the size of the brush. Opacity means how thick something is. So just see how thin. Here, let's go make it really pace. Ooh, light, okay? And there's other options down here. We have something that's a little bit more sketchier. Oh, let's actually pull that up, okay? Which is very cool, like a smudge, okay, kind of like a flat brush in a way. Then we have a square, okay, has more of definitely a flat feel, okay. So let's go into here. This one is the one I probably use the most because it blends, it smears, okay, which is really cool. Size, opacity, blending ability, okay. So if we have this is really thick blending, but what I sometimes do is I put it all the way up, and then I'll be able to blend the colors together. Okay. All right. So I'm able to do that. So that's that tool. Next is this one's a texture, which is really cool. It creates like a texture kind of, right? I'm going to put the scale down so you guys can really see how this kind of works. Really cool texture. All right. This one is more of like a straight line, like if you're trying to, I guess, fill in real fast. Really neat. And then our favorite, and who doesn't love this one? The eraser, all right? Okay, so we have that. Next, I want to talk about layers, all right? So layers is something that you're able to work on almost like one page at a time, okay? Without messing up something else. So I'm going to put a couple of layers in. It's all copies, which is fine. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back and delete them because I want them to be different colors. Here we go. There we are. All right, there we are. So I'm going to erase this one. Erase. Okay. So I don't have that much on here, so I'm just going to do this. All right, awesome. So this, as you can see, is going to be this layer. All right. Now this layer, I'm going to add another layer. So another layer is going to have that transparent. Okay. That transparent means that image is like I could see through. All right. So here I am going to go in and I am going to go into here. And let's say I want to, I don't know. We'll real quick put this here. Okay. That, and let's make a sky real quick. Ooh, really pretty. All right. There we are. Okay. So, and let's go back to that whole idea of the layer. So this top layer, okay? No matter what I do, okay, so brush, okay? If I go and try to erase, now let me make sure I'm on the correct layer. Yep, I am. You can tell you're on the one layer is if you're on, it's highlighted in white. So if I erase, see how I am not erasing anything on here, okay? So that means I'm not doing anything. So if I wanted to do, okay, draw some, oh, haha. Good call, Mrs. Smith. By the way, if you're looking for brown, go into orange and you'll be able to find brown, okay? You could put some mountains in here, do all that. You're like, oh, those are different things that I'm doing on here. There we go, okay? Now, on your layers. So if I change the layer order, you are not going to be able to see that, okay? Because I'm putting the one on top of the other, all right? So that's that. All right, edit. I can do all different things, okay? I could do a tilt shift. That means I can move it, show and cancel, blur, rotate it, okay? I can resize, I can crop, I can flip, okay? Let's say I want to put it on the other side. Whoop, there we go. So you can, okay? File, here we go. These are the saving, okay? So I can save it here. So let me hit save. See, it's automatically going to download it. So I'm able to do that. For now, you can put it as a PNG, which is absolutely fine, okay? Now, what do we want to do next? All right, so we're going to go back to here, and we're going to delete this. We're going to add a new layer, and this one is going to be our base, which is fine. Now, what I did was I went up into the folder, okay? Now, I have an image. Now, this is one off of the internet. I know it's bad. Like, how would I actually get my picture onto here? Now, these are all of my saved images, saved files that I have on my computer. What you might want to do is you would take a picture, okay? And if you're having trouble, you can always ask on how to do that with your Chromebook, or you can do it with anything, and you can upload it. We're going to add it as a layer, okay? So once we put it on here, now this is on there. Now I can take this layer and I'm going to make this one white, okay? So let's go into white. There we go. There we are. Did I do the right layer? Up, I did. Okay. Now this one right here, I'm going to delete that one because that's just weird. There we are. I'm going to move this gal over. Oh, nope, I can't do that. Hold on, let me go back in. It's my layers. Okay. We're going to move that up. There we go. That's the ticket. Here, we're in fill. There we are. All right. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so let's see what we did. So we have this slide. We're going to move this on top. This is our original, okay? And when I move it over, it's kind of just, since it's thick and thin, okay, I can make it a little bit thinner and we'll be able to see through it, right? Which is really cool. Okay, so let's do this. Now, you have the option. You can create a new layer. Okay, we're going to bring it on top, and we can color straight on here, which is absolutely fine. So I'm going to go into the paintbrush, and what you're going to do is you're going to just color it. You're going to find the colors that you want. So let me see. Let's say I want her to have some kind of blue. There we go. Now, I like to zoom in and color up. I got to make sure I'm on the correct layer. Yeah, I'm on the correct layer. Good. And, oh, my blending is too high. There we go. Now, when you color over your image, you're going to lose a lot of your details, okay? All those drawing lines. And it's okay. So we're going to do that. So that's one way. And when you go through, you want to make sure that you add not just the solid base, but you want to get like kind of like some maybe texture in there. add some different colors in. So maybe you want to put in some extra of those lines if you have any of those textural lines, all right? Now I'm going to get a little bit more lines down here, and I'm going to show you for the blending tool. Okay, there we are. I'm going to get some dark up here. There we are. Oh, let's get even darker. There we go. Nice and dark. Now, obviously, I would take a lot more time to do this, but for now, I just want to show you real quick. There we are. Let's blend. Okay, so when we're going in, I'm going to blend. I'm going to try to blend these colors together. See how all of a sudden I'm starting to soften? Actually, I want to turn the opacity up. There we go. How I'm able to kind of blend them through. Right, make them kind of go from one color to the next. That is what we're doing, okay? This gives it a little bit more of a finished kind of look instead of so flat. All right, now I want to show you what I've been working on. Let me flip over here. Okay, so this is one thing I was working on. How did I get to this point? Okay, I basically did exactly what was going on. Ooh, puppies are in here. Okay, I went through and I started to really blend things and make things look really neat. Okay, here we are. Now another thing what we can do is we can erase things. Okay, so you see how I had this background? I'm going to go into the eraser, and basically what I did was I'm going to go into the one layer that has the girl on it, and I started to erase all the white. Okay, so it just started to go there, and of course I started to get really, really in, very, very close. Now I can also take off a little bit at a time. Okay, so it's not so harsh. So let's say at the bottom, I want to kind of just like carefully go. I can. All right. Now remember, this is all one layer, right? So it's not like I'm going on everything. See, she's starting to blend out, which is very cool. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So I did that. I started to really erase around. I got really close in. Let's check out her face. Okay. So what I did was I really zoomed in. Use the hand tool, and I started to like put small little details in. Okay. I could probably go back and I can probably erase a little bit more in here. Oops. I think I'm on the wrong slide, but it's okay. All right. Right, so I started to put in little details, like I put darker colors in and I put some lighter colors, and then I blended together. Okay, let's move down a little bit. And your lines, just be careful, because if you get rid of one of those lines that, yes, there are all these little pixels, you know, it will disappear. Okay, now how did I do that? Well, for her, I did an underlayer. Okay, so we have this underlayer, and then I brought her original layer up top. Okay, and actually started to work on some of this. Now let me see. Okay, so some of it I started to erase under. Okay, and then I actually drew on top of her. Now I used some of my lines as part of my picture. So if I went into here and I had her here, and then I went down, and then I zoomed in. Okay. Whoops. Blending's up too much. Okay, I started adding color into it. And then the dark gray, I actually used as part of my project, and I let it mix. Okay, see how it's all of a sudden it's mixing with the gray? And this is a little small. There we are. So some of the gray mixed with my the bits of color in, which is really neat. Okay, then you can mix it straight down. Right. So that's how I was able to colorize that. So there's two options. You can, put your image on top, okay, or excuse me, underneath and use it as a guide, or you can actually go straight on, and as if it's your regular color project, you can color straight on and use the pencil as part of it. There you go. It's pretty neat. It actually looks like she's on a cloud. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. All right, now downloading and stuff like that and save us. So we can do file save, which is says no auto save available, which makes sense. We can do this right here, automatically saves, okay? And each time we go in, so let's go into a new Kleki. There we are, okay. You can upload it. It will ask, actually I didn't save this straight to the my computer. So if I add it straight in, add layer or image, it's up to you. I like to use a layer just in case, and it'll bring it straight in. All right, and then you'll be able to continue to work on it. All right, and that will be it.